All right, chat. We're gonna be checking out this one. This one's a major story. This is like really big. NBA players and NBA coaches, people in the NFL, I think, are getting arrested by the FBI for sports betting. This is a huge deal.
This was wild. So I'll pull this up. This just happened a little bit ago, right? This was crazy. So I woke up a little while ago and I just barely saw this. So NBA legend Chauncey Billups Heat's Terry Rozier arrested as part of an FBI gambling probe. Like, this is something that like a lot of like mafia shows have, where it's like they talk to like, some like some pro player is looking to get money or to get something done by like, a syndicate. And so, they have a group do something for them, but then the group says, okay, well, if you do that, you're going to have to, at one point or another, in the future, you're going to have to miss that ball, right? You're going to have to, like not hit that free throw or something like that. And so, like, that's how it happens every time.
It's literally, literally the origin story of Daredevil. That's like literally what he's talking about right now. It's Daredevil in the flesh. And if you are a fan of like a team like me, like I'm a fan of the Sacramento Kings for the NBA, and we always joke around like it's like a known fact that the players are playing the other team and the refs, and this just like confirms it. We had the whole Kobe, the Lakers and Sacramento back in the day, like in the early 2000s. That was like such BS. You found out the ref was gambling on the games, but it just shows that this is continued and is even worse now. So sports gambling, like if you're gambling on sports, like it's over, dude. Like you can't trust anything, and it was hard to trust it before because it was so rigged.
And take the fall. Yes, exactly. And let me go back. I'll see if I find some more of this here. It was connected with the mafia. Yeah, of course. I mean, like, because it would make sense. I mean, why wouldn't you do this? It's smart to do this. So yeah, anyway, let's go back over here. You should watch the mashup of Rozier throwing a game on Twitter. Well, anyway, I'm going to look at it. So this guy was betting on the outcome of the games of NBA. Well, let me look at this and we'll see what all this is. And holy fucking shit.
It's crazy. Like when you think about the mafia, you think of like it being like gone, like the old days, like what, the 80s or something, the 70s, 80s. You think of movies, you don't think about it now. You don't think about the mafia now. So like the New York mafia going around saying, hey man, protect your business, let me get some money. No, trash up the store. Do you want protection or no? Like you don't really picture that in today's world.
And you telling me this guy was betting on the outcome of NBA games? You don't say.
Still going.
Wow. Wow.
You're not even trying. You're not even trying to hide it, bro. Like, you're not even trying to go in and be like, oh, well, geez, guys, I made a mistake. You're not even good enough to do that, and you're popping off doing this shit. Oh my god.
And then you have your FanDuel account, your freaking whatever, DraftKings or whatever they're called, and you're sitting there like, no, I just lost because of that turnover. It's like, dude, unbelievable.
God, mind you, he's getting paid $26 million a year. Yeah, I bet he's going to be getting fined even more than that, and it's going to be bad. It's oh my god. Look at this. Who is this guy?
Rozier turned it over again. Having a tough night.
Guys, having a tough night. Jeez. Honestly, like if you just play this footage in a courtroom in front of a jury, all you need is a jury of 8 people that know how to play basketball. Play this footage in front of them, and they'll be like, "Oh, yeah, no, he did that shit." Yeah, no, for sure, he did. Yeah, definitely.
It's like kind of unbelievable that like how bad that is. Like it's not, like he said, it's not even a good acting. Like this is like so unbelievable, and this is why we've been saying this for years. Like the NBA, the NFL is rigged. Like remember the last year with Mahomes and everything? It's just so rigged. I used to get like my dad and I would talk about it. I think the refs get together every year and they say we want these top guys in the playoffs, and then they make a decision which ones they could like the Sacramento Kings, which ones they could like really like manipulate the games.
Having a tough night.
Oh yeah, turning it over again, right? So this assumes it's happened before too.
Rozier off the DHO, and he turned it over. Turned it up.
No way. No way. That's just a mistake, right? It's not a big deal.
It's really hard to get an air ball. Like, it happens, but as a professional, it's very, like, you should have the skills to not be doing an air ball. Like, at least hit rim, dude. Hit backboard at least. Like, come on.
Bro, these guys had an imposter on their team. That's insane. This guy's throwing the games like crazy. Oh my God.
The question is, does the team know? Like, did you think the team, like, suspected this? Like, dude, this guy is throwing the game because he bets on him? Or they just think he was really bad? Or they're just like, man, he had an off night?
Guilty, as Uncle Ruckus would say.
Oh my God.
That's right. It makes you question a lot of things with professional sports. I mean, I do think that sports betting, I mean, this is my outlook on it, right? Legalizing sports betting, I think that, I mean, like, ask yourself the question, has it been a net positive or a net negative on society that now in the U.S., every single sports event, because here's the thing, right, is like there's such a massive industry of this. Like, there's a gas station I went to, and they even have slot machines that they're playing at the gas station. Like, gambling is now, I think it's getting a lot bigger. I think the reason why gambling is getting...
Is he talking about Texas? They have slot machines in Texas? What is it, like an Indian-owned gas station, and they're allowed to have that? Like, what? How does that happen? What?
So big now, I'll tell you the reason why. It's because a lot of people have no hope and no money, and they want to just put their money and their hope into something, and for them, that's going to be gambling. They just want to they want to do something and find some way that they can get excited for the future, right? That's everywhere in Vegas. Maybe it is, right? But, like, that's basically it. It's getting worse, and they don't understand statistics. No, they don't. The sole exception.
I think gambling on sports is, like you said, negative. It should be taken away. But I think most people do it just to make the games a little more entertaining. Like, the games are so rigged nowadays. It's gotten so boring. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I used to watch a lot of basketball, a lot of football. I don't watch any football really anymore. Sometimes I'll watch it, like if I go to my dad's house on a Sunday or something, I'll watch it. The NBA, I used to watch every game. Like, I used to watch, like, I had the NBA ticket. I don't watch any games anymore. So I think when you, like, add a little bit of betting into it, it's, like, makes the game a little more enticing. And I think that's why people do it, because they want to feel connected more to the game, so they're more intrigued in it and more attentive to it. Because without it, they know it's, like, not as entertaining as it used to be. So it's kind of part of, like, the whole Matrix thing, the whole red pill, whatever. Basketball is, like, part of the facade, part of the opera, part of the, like, the Matrix is, like, give them some, like, the Romans out of the Colosseum to keep you distracted. This is, like, part of that. So I think we are, like, inherently realizing it's no longer having an effect on us, but we used to enjoy it. So we have to, like, gamble a little bit just to make the games a little more entertaining.
Of horse racing, it's so based. I mean, with this, I just feel like sports betting is so prolific now, and you have kids getting involved in it, etc. Is so basically, Portland Trailblazers head coach Chauncey Billups has been charged in an illegal poker operation tied to the mafia. Well, this isn't even about Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier was arrested in separate but related betting case. Yeah, bro, like, and this is them talking about it right here.
Individuals such as Chauncey Billups, Damon Jones, and Terry Rozier were taken into custody today. Former, current NBA players and coaches.
Wow.
What you don't know
Damn.
is that this is an illegal gambling operation and sports rigging operation that spanned the course of years. The FBI led a coordinated takedown across 11 states to arrest.
So they are, bro. See, this is what I was saying. Like, if they want to get you, they will get you.
Over.
They're probably, those players and everybody involved are probably like, man, oh, if only they would have released the list, dude. They're like, if the list would have came out, they wouldn't be throwing us under the bus. Why did we have to be the distraction?
30 individuals today responsible for this case,
30?
which is very much ongoing. Individuals
sending them all to Valhalla, man. That's it. Yep, they're gone. And bad boys for life, not for a while. But don't they already get millions? Yeah, they do. But you know what's better than 26 million? 27 million. And so that's what happens, is tracking real threats like NBA players and betting coaches, underage children being trafficked. I mean, I guess this is just somebody that wants to complain. I mean, obviously, like, the betting and shit like this is obviously bad, right? It's obviously bad. And so here it is.
We'll state some of the obvious things.
ESPN quickly pulls their sports ticker off the air that included an ad for sports betting ESPN Bet while reporting on the FBI's NBA coach on a gambling probe.
Isn't one of the Paul brothers in that as well? Part of the, like, he has his own app. I think it's Jake Paul. The guy who's notorious for having fake fights, allegedly. It has the betting app, I think.
Off the bat. We live in an entirely different atmosphere.
So you got ESPN Bet right there?
When it comes to sports gambling, then certainly those of us, Shefty and I, and some of the older people at the table, grew up in this business being around. Sports gambling was always something that was completely
it's under the table. It's something that you do, like, you know, you talk to a guy through like a bar, like a door with bars on it, and, like, you know, you hand over the money, he hands you the money. It's like one of those things, right? But, like, now it's just apparently it's normal. The bookies, yeah, exactly.
Sort of in the shadows. It was something that leagues stayed far away from. It was something that networks like ESPN would stay far away from. Those days are obviously long behind us. You hear
he's like he's saying ESPN would stay away from. It's like right, literally there. It's like right there.
a lot about legal sports.
Somebody, the producer at ESPN, like this. Did he just say that?
Sports gambling on this show.
Oh, yeah.
The Bussin' Boys, obviously, sports
You
gambling.
hear a lot about it. Yeah, because there's an ad for it on the screen right now.
Yeah,
It's a
exactly.
huge part of what you do, so we put those all out there
Yeah.
as a preamble because it might be in the back of people's minds, and we acknowledge that this is a different time and place.
It's gone.
However, there is a fine line, not so fine. There is a bold line that obviously has to be drawn between legal sports gambling when it comes to the public and anything that might infiltrate.
Well, you're rigging the game. I mean, like, it's not that complicated that you can't have people that are betting on the outcome of the game that are playing in the game. I mean, like, really, I mean, do we really need to have this spelled out? It's pretty fucking obvious that it's going to cause problems, right?
Into locker rooms and into teams, and it is. We all knew it was going to be a complication as this became more and more prevalent within the world of sports.
Of course.
We'll state some of the obvious things right off the bat. We live in an entirely different atmosphere when it comes to sports gambling than certainly those of us, Shefty and I, and some of the older people.
So all those, like, rumors and, like, those conversations they've had is, like, they don't want Ohio and, like, Phoenix in the playoffs, right? Because of money wise, they want LA and Boston, or they want the Heat in LA. Like, they want, you know, these top teams to be in it for the ratings and everything. This is just proof that they could be rigging it too. This destroys the whole integrity of the league, in my opinion, because the league, like this guy is saying, is so embedded. Like, all these ESPN is so embedded in the betting world now. You literally have shows on ESPN and stuff like that, and Fox Sports and all this stuff on Sunday night or Sunday mornings before Sunday morning kickoff, and they have the fantasy football teams. Like, what are you gonna put for your fantasy team? And all that's based on, you know, you'll see an ad like, oh, the fantasy, we have this guy going off for fantasy as our pick, and DraftKings, if you come in and do that, like, it's all ingrained in sports now. It's like literally hand in hand. So the integrity of sports are just, like, gone now. So it's like, if you're going to be betting on this, you're kind of just throwing your money away. You might get lucky, but it seems like everybody's betting against you, no pun intended.
On the table, grew up in this business being around. Sports gambling.
Yeah, no, he right. I mean, like, there it is. The game was rigged from the start. What's also insane, NCAA just made it legal for student athletes to gamble on games. That's insane. Like, that actually is crazy. Like, the amount of gambling and shit that people are doing. 6 people charged on Thursday with turning professional basketball into a criminal gambling operations by using insider information to place unlawful wagers. Bro, like, this guy is just not.
So is this just the NBA? I thought I heard it was both NBA and NFL. Just the NBA? Is that what it's looking like?
Not good, man. Yeah. Oh, gone.
Trust me. Yeah, there you go. Right, smart. And it wasn't Brizzy. I don't know who this guy is. I'm not really a big basketball guy in general on this, but yeah, how illegal sports betting actually works, how crime works. You've got another guy watching this here. 2 notifications.
You know, it's pretty wild. He doesn't know who Kevin Garnett is. It is pretty wild. Definitely the age he is. Like, he's close to my age. Like, he's a little older than I am. Kevin Garnett was everywhere back in the day. Like some great basketball games with the Celtics, man. I'm shocked he doesn't know who Kevin Garnett is.
NBA guys are being arrested for illegal sports betting. So that's basically what happened, right? And I'm really glad to see that, this is happening. I think it's probably a lot worse than you would expect it. But, yeah, there it is.
Well, as good as it's happening is because one injustice being overturned gives way to other injustices being overturned. This is we live in a world where unfortunately good versus evil is the main character of this world, and when things that get exposed for being evil or wrong get exposed and get overturned, whatever the case is, like we made that joke that they're laughing saying, oh man, I wish they would have released the files instead of this. Like, yeah, we're still waiting for those files, but it doesn't take away from this. Like, even if it is a distraction, like you have that, like, hey, like what Valkyrie say the other day with the Hassan thing, like, oh, it's so sad, like people are upset about Hassan's dog but not the war in Gaza. It's like, no, you could be upset about two things and be happy that justice is being served in one thing and hopefully it be served in another. So this is a good thing overall because it'll clean up the sport, it'll maybe bring back integrity to it, or maybe it'll just take away sports betting in general, you know what I mean? Because really we don't need it, we really don't.
Degeneracy makes the whole world degenerate, maybe, right? But yeah, you think online betting should be illegal, including sports betting? I think that if you want to have betting services and things like that, they should be centered around things that are meant for adult audiences, right? So, like, for example, if you go and you are, like, into gambling or betting, I think, okay, yeah, like, I don't like it, and, like, in a perfect world, like, this is what my perspective has always been. I don't think anybody should ever gamble on anything. I think gambling is bad, and it's destructive. So never gamble, never do this, never get into any of it. All that being said, all that being understood, I also want to say that people are going to do what they're going to do, right? I mean, like, nobody should be able to drink soda either in a perfect world. Like, so I don't want to take away what they do, but I think that, like, whenever you involve, like, especially minors, like kids that are watching sports, like, is it really good for them to be watching all of this, like, sports gambling ads and everything whenever they're trying to, whenever they're, like, 12 years old, right? They're like, oh, I want to be just like this. And, there's so much of an aspirational value placed on professional sports in America that I think that whenever you combine the aspirational value that the sports have in America with having kids being groomed into the culture of now sports, which includes gambling, I think that you are I'm not even going to say by abstraction, you're directly grooming kids into wanting to gamble and wanting to, wager money on sports, right? And so that's it. What was conflict of interest? Yeah. Do you think gambling is sinful? But like
I think that comment he just read is the main point. I don't think there should be any sports betting allowed ever anymore. I think it should be abolished because it's a conflict of interest. It degrades the brand. And there's just really no way to have somebody not be influenced by gambling. Like, you don't even need the players to be gambling. It could be like their parents or their siblings or, a cousin or something. If you know your cousin was down and out and you can just throw a ball away and they can make 20 grand or something, wouldn't you, like, in the back of your head know that and maybe, like, subconsciously do it or think about it? So I think it all should be taken away. If you want to gamble in Vegas, like, not sports betting, and there's multiple ways to gamble in Vegas, but I think this gambling thing is getting out of control. Like, nowadays I saw an ad that you could get on an app and gamble what they're going to say on South Park episodes and stuff like that, or you could gamble like what's going to happen with the presidential election, like stuff. All that is just bad in my opinion.
Tobacco. Sinful is a religious distinction, right? I mean, is it? So that's up to somebody who's like a priest or the Pope, right? But
actually, it says in the Bible that you shouldn't be gambling, so it is a religious thing, and it's wrong. If you believe in Christ, if you believe in the Bible, it says not to gamble because that is one of the major sins. It follows greed. It leads you into greed and leads you into, like, kind of like Palpatine, like in Star Wars, or what Yoda said, the dark side leads to, like, hurt, anger, greed, all that is like a line. So gambling leads you down that path. So it is a major sin. And if you are a religious person, then you should not be gambling, or you should be against it.
Yeah. Disagree. We should allow gambling that uses our skill. If the game has stakes in mind, it will be so much competition in the game. Well, like, I understand that. I understand why people think that, but at the same time, you know, you can't. Like, I mean, do you guys think that sports gambling has been corrosive for like the last 8 years that it's been legal? Because I think it has been. I definitely think it has been. And so anyway, let's go back. I'll see if I can find a few.
And like that comment he just read, it shouldn't be anywhere. If it, let's just say it's in, you're playing a Call of Duty tournament, right? And you are approached by one of these mafia guys saying, "Hey, we want you to throw the match. We'll give you $20 million," but they were only going to win maybe $2 million from the tournament if they won. And the mafia people bet on this underdog, and they bet $100 million, and if they win, they like get 20 times the amount. So there's going to be people, if you can't do it in sports, they're going to go elsewhere and do it. So I just think there should not be any kind of like competitive, you just can't have it in competitiveness. Like even chess, even if you're like you're playing chess and you're betting on chess, like you can be so easily swayed to throw a match. Money talks. Money is greed. Greed is, like we were talking about the Bible, greed is a sin. It leads to paths of darkness. Like that's why gambling is bad. That's why it says, like, even the stock market, like you're kind of essentially gambling. So
more of these here and look at it. But yeah, I did see this happen, and I'll see if there's any more information about it that I missed out on. Yeah, it's been corrosive. It's been bad in general, right? And so I don't really know why anybody else would even be talking about this. So this take is about everyone who gambled at NBA and sites and allows it. Yeah. And all the FBI had to do was follow me on. For years, I knew Chauncey, Billups, and Terry Rozier were gambling years ago. Terry Rozier had no props listed all day, was never listed on an injury report. His props get listed late, and then he plays the first quarter and is ruled out for the rest of the game. Surely something shady is going on here. This random guy, this random NBA Andy, is sitting here calling this shit out for years. Nobody wanted to listen. But
well, like I said earlier in this video, I think a lot of people have suspected this and said stuff like this. It was already proven in the early 2000s between the Lakers and Sacramento for the finals, for the Western Conference Finals. You know, right before the championship. They were playing, they went to Game 7. The only reason they went to Game 7 is because the ref cheated in Game 6. And then in Game 7, the Kings just fell apart. But everybody knows that story. If you're into sports a little bit, you all remember that series. It was one of the greatest series of like all time. Like it's like up there with one of Kobe's best series, Shaq's best series. So, and that guy was literally found guilty for cheating in that series. And the NBA had to come out the next year and say, "We're not cheating. This was a one-off. Blah blah blah. Like we're sorry that this happened." And the guy's in jail. He's in jail right now.
He was right. Bro, Chauncey Billups called a timeout with his two best players, Dingy Avetta with 37, by the way, out of the game for 3 minutes left a 5-point game and never put them back in. You will never convince me that some of these teams don't blatantly lose on purpose. Bro,
we've been saying this, dude. There's so many times, like I've been watching a Kings game, like, dude, why hasn't he put him in all quarter? That guy was red hot all game. Why is he not playing in the fourth? Like, if you're a basketball fan, you know this, man.
This guy knew all along. A fucking wizard. Oh my God. Former Call of Duty player with $50,000 earned. Fucking based. Oh my God, libertarian approach to gambling has been taxed. Well, I think it is taxed, like with the lottery, for example. But yeah, anyway, KD name dropping Twitter trolls, Hood Genius rolling for president. Oh yeah, it's been a lot, right? And let me see if I can find a few more of these if there's anything else going on. But yeah, so these guys are getting arrested for, you know, working with these guys. That's what happens. I mean, that's what happens. Like, you go and you do this shit and you're gambling, you're working with the mafia, you're going to get in trouble. Especially if you're not even trying to keep it under control, man. And so, yeah, it's absolutely insane, but there it is. And I've been looking at this myself, and I don't really know what else to say, but God fucking damn. It is pretty embarrassing, I'll tell you that. So, yeah, you think government cracking down on casinos? Well, I don't know about that. So, yeah. And anyway, we'll get a Broncos comeback against the Giants on Sunday. I didn't see that. Maybe that was a rig too, right? It was. And so it's fitting they made that we made mafias great again under Trump. Well, the thing is that, yeah, you're right, because all the mafia guys that got caught with this, maybe they weren't doing a good job hiding it. So that's what they get.
There he is.
Thing is nothing to me. No, you know, I don't. That pressure thing is nothing to me, man. I do the best I can and let the chips fall where they may. You know that about me by now. Quit.
The chips. Not a good word choice during a gambling investigation.
No, you know, I don't. That pressure thing is nothing to me, man.
Man. He didn't say much, but he said enough, didn't he? FBI needs to investigate NFL. Yeah, the chips. Let the chips fall where they may.
Dude, this is, like I said, what is this? This might be a good video to watch. This is good news. Like, you know, there are other important things, I guess, in the world, but this is pretty bad too. So I'm glad that justice is served and we're getting to the bottom of it. And hopefully they can clean up the sports and just get rid of gambling altogether, guys. I really believe that's the solution. I think that we should never let gambling get out of control like this. And you know, I'm a little hypocrite because I did gamble a lot when FanDuel started off in the very beginning. I was in college, and I would bet on the games, and I pretty much made a living for a year doing that, to be honest. And I would just, you know, it started with like, oh, let me just put like I said, you put a little bucks here and there on the game to entice you to watch it and get a little more excitement, a little more risk in the game. And I was just started winning left and right when FanDuel first came out, dude. I was like, ooh, this is easy because it wasn't so mainstream professional. Now, if you go on there, like it used to be like FanDuel used to have like a 50-50. So like it was called the 50-50 games. So they'd have like 1 million people play. 50% of them would win and 50 would lose. And they only took like a small percentage. Now it's like only 25% win and 75% lose. It's like ridiculous. There's so many people who have like analytic bots now that like make this like a profession. Like they have really corporatized it, or maybe the mafiaized it. I don't know, but it really the FanDuel kind of betting experience, the whole thing changed. So yeah, so I was first like I did it in the beginning because it was like just for funsies, and it kind of turned into I was making some decent money doing it, and then it just got out of control, and now we're at this point where it seems like only the quote unquote corporation type bettors, the business type people are making money, and the small fries are paying for it. So I think this is a good thing, though. I really do think this is good. Let me know in the comments below what you guys are thinking. Make sure you guys check out Asmongold as well. Like and subscribe to him if you haven't already. But I assume if you're watching my response to his video, you're like me, somebody who likes to hear other opinions. So, you know, I like to see what people are thinking about Asmon's videos as well, because our boy puts out some very thought-provoking information and content. And, you know, sometimes I don't agree with all of it, and sometimes I do. So, like my Ludwig video, I have a lot of dislikes on that video. It's not doing good. So make sure you guys like and subscribe for more reactions, more original content, more gameplay. We're on Twitch, and we're gonna start, you know, once this channel starts hitting milestones where we could get to the point where we could fund it, we're gonna do some big giveaways here, hopefully in the near future, where we're like giving away stuff for like new releases of games we're talking about. For example, we've been talking a lot about Pokemon in the last couple days. If the channel was at the point I wanted to be at, we would have probably given out a Switch 2 and a couple copies of Pokemon for people who can't afford it. And the biggest goal here is to try to give a gaming PC one day. That'd be like the biggest dream. That's like my first really big dream with this channel. So if we ever get there, that'd be awesome. If not, then I tried my best, right? So have a good night, guys. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. I'll see you for the next video.